Namaste friends, we are continuing the basic series. See, there's something called classification of houses, which means groupings of houses, or the bhavas, right? So I'm sure you've heard about the Dustana houses, trikona, Kandra, and all these terms you have come across if you are learning Vedic astrology. So what are these classifications? Okay, so I've put up a short video here for 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 you to understand the rudiments of these houses and what do they actually mean. Okay, so let's start. Now you have the first house, which is called the Kandra. Kandra is a very auspicious locations of houses. It creates an angular. Okay, so if this is, of course, just to let you know, this line here denotes lagna. Lagna is symboled in many ways, but I'm very familiar with this, and I'm very comfortable with this line here. So this line shows the lagna, or the first house, or the ascendant. Okay, so if you have lagna here for this example, first house, so the 1, 4, 7, 10 houses are the Kendra houses, which means houses which are auspicious. If you have houses here, you have grahas in these houses, and that creates a lot of good vibes. Okay, so again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 1, 4, 7, 10 are the Kendra houses. As you can see, it forms like a square here, right? So any grahas here, even if you have a malefic graha here, it increases the goodness within the malefic graha, and thus reducing impactful events. Okay, so that's Kandra. After Kandra you have trikona. Kona means angles. 3 means 3, number 3, right? So trikona is again a very auspicious number, house classification. Any grahas residing here also brings a lot of goodness. If you have a malefic graha here, it increases its goodness within the malefic scope. Okay, so it's all good here, and these houses will be 1, 5, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1, 5, 9. It forms a triangle, right? Which is then again called the trikona, the triangles. Next would be the Dustana or the Trikastana houses. Dustana, which means evil houses. Some they call it Trikastana. 3, and then you have the Kastana. Kastana means adversities or problematic. The three problematic houses are the 6, 8, and 12. Again, if this is your first house, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 6, 8, 12 are the evil houses. Any grahas here would be naturally ruined, right? It brings down all the goodness in a positive graha. If it's a malefic graha, it even makes it even more malefic. So this is a very important part, or very important houses that you should actually look before assessing something. Now, if you look at the next house classification, we have the Trishadyas. Trishadyas, again 3 is 3. Shadyas is again a type of Shadyas are more like annihilation or ruining something. That's what it means. So these are again a malefic grouping, and as you can see, the houses are the 3, 6, and 11 houses. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 3, 6, 11 are the Trishadya houses. Now, if you could remember, I said earlier the Kandras are auspicious, you have the Trikona are auspicious, and the Dustanas are inauspicious or evil, and you have the Trishadyas. Now the Trishadyas, they do not work by house placements. This is where a lot of confusion happens. I'll cover that later, but for now, I just wanted to show you that Trishadyas are the 3, 6, and the 11th house, which ruins any placements. Now let's continue. The Upachaya houses. Upachaya is an auspicious house. This is important. Any malefic graha residing here, it only works for the bad one. It doesn't work for the good one. So any malefic graha that resides in these 3, 10 and 11 houses, it gets cleansed, which means the bad will eventually, upachaya means eventually, in due time, after some time, things will get better and better and it will progress into betterment. That's what upachaya means. So even if you have a bad graha here, or it's been drishted, looked by a bad graha, or it's an unfriendly sign, it will eventually go away. Things will start to look better after some time. That's what upachaya means. Okay. And then you have the marakas. Marakas are basically the house of death, physical death. Okay. There's a lot of things can be looked at about this marakas, but for now I just wanted you to understand that the marakas house is the second and the seventh. Now I want to go back again to the three shadya. Now three shadyas, as you know, the Kandra, trikona, dustana and upachaya are house placements. Everything that I said is based on the locations of these houses. So if it's 3, 10 and 11, that's what it means. Anything residing in the 3rd house, the 10th house and the 11th house will yield goodness. Not for Trishadyas and Marakas. They are different. They are not based on houses, they are based on lordships. So the lord of the 3rd house, the lord of the 6th house and the lord of the 11th house is meant by three shadyas. It's not the house itself, it's the lordship. In this case, Gemini's lord is Buddha. Okay, say if you're Buddha in Pisces, which Buddha in Pisces is debilitation, and that ruins everything. So you need to assess where do they reside, because the house that they reside, the lords of the 3rd, the lords of the 6th and the lords of the 11th ruins that house totally. In fact, there's a verse in the Bhagavad Gita that goes, Trivadam narakshetyam dwaram nasanam atmana kama krodas tatha lobas tasmat etat tradam tade. That's in the Bhagavad Gita. It's a very beautiful verse. It's in chapter 16, verse 21. It says that your desire, anger and greed are the 3 gateways to ruining your soul. Okay, once again you have the desire, anger and greed. This is what it means. Desire is kama, you have the krodha, which is anger, and then you have greed, which is lobha. So all these 3 emotions or qualities in a person will ruin the placements. Sort of the gateways to hell, if I may. Okay. So the lordship again, the lordship of the 3rd, the 3rd, the 6th, and the 11th, wherever they are. In this case, Mercury. This one again will be Mercury, and the 11th. For this example, because we're using Lagna in this house, so for this example, you have Mercury here, and this is Saturn, Sunny. So wherever they are positioned, that house, say you have it here, say you have say you have Mercury here, the lord of these 2 are Mercury. So you have Mercury in the 2nd house. The 2nd house qualities, charity, speech, food habits, most importantly family, will be ruined. Okay, that's what it means on 3 shadyas. Also, I mentioned the other classification of house with the marakas are also not based on houses. They are based on the lordship of the houses. In this case, the 2nd and the 7th. I'll cover another topic on this, but for now, because why 2nd and the 7th? Because the house of longevity and death is the house of the 3rd and the 8th house. So Brihat Parasharas says that, Sage Parashara says that if you have the 12th house from the 3rd and the 12th house from the 8th needs to be assessed. Okay, the 12th house from the 3rd is the 2nd house, the 12th house from the 8th is the 7th house, which is why the second lord, okay, not the house, again the lordship, in this case, for this example, the second lord is Mercury, and this is Scorpio. Scorpio's Scorpio, or the 7th lord here is Mars. So you have Mercury and Mars. If you need to assess someone's death, which I normally don't do, but just for the sake of saying it right now, there's a lot of things that you should analyze. For example, the second lord, first you have to see the 3rd and the 8th house. The 3rd and the 8th house, how good are they? Are they strong? Because that's the house of longevity. See whether they are strong or not. And then you assess the 2nd and the 7th house, or the lordships of the 2nd and the lordship of the 7th, and see whether they are stronger or weak. If you have stronger in the 2nd and the 7th lordships, so chances are there will be death in that particular dasa which is going on. And there's so many other things that we need to consider before we actually predict death. Okay, but just to give you a rough idea what it means. So again, the 2nd and the 7th are not based on house placements but on the lordship placements. Okay, and what else? Yes, this one here, this chart shows the 4 different tenets of Vedas, okay, which are Dharma, which I've written here as D, Artha is A, Kama K, Moksha M. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Dharma is righteousness, the right thing, the virtue. Okay. Artha is all about earnings. Okay, all about possessions. Okay, and then K is Kama. Kama is all about desires, and M is Moksha. Moksha is liberation of the soul or sanctity. So these houses, see, you have Dharma here. So 1, 5, 9 are the dharmic houses. 1, 5, 9. Okay, and then you have the Artha house is 2, 6 and 10. Okay, 2, 6, 10 are the Artha houses, and then you have the Kama houses, or the house of desire, that is the 3, 7, 11. Okay, and finally you have the Moksha house, which is the 4, 8 and 12. Okay, these are the Moksha houses. I'll cover another video just for this, because there's just so many things to talk about these 4 different tenets in Vedic astrology. But before I end this video, I would like to explain one more thing. Yes, the Upachaya. The Upachaya, you have the 3, 10 and 11 houses are Upachaya. But some classical text says that the 6th house is also Upachaya. Now, in my tradition, I've always omitted the 6th house. But I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but there are some traditions who follow the 6th house as the Upachaya house. Okay, I just wanted to explain that one as well. Okay, friends, so that's just a little bit, hardly scratched the surface on what the houses and their classifications are. I hope it has been beneficial. Till the next time, thank you. Namaste.